Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phone. They check the time, the news, the weather, and just like that, their nervous system is hijacked, cortisol flooding their veins before they've even had a glass of water. I do something different. Before my feet ever touch the floor, I stay in bed and spend 90 seconds waking up my body from the inside out. Here's what that looks like. I take 3 slow, deep breaths, filling my lungs all the way. I wiggle my toes and stretch my fingers. Then I rotate my wrists and ankles, slow and gentle. I draw my knees to my chest, one at a time, and hold. Finally, I sit up slowly. No jerking, no rushing. That's it. But it's changed everything. Because the first 30 minutes after you wake up is when your body is most fragile. Your blood is thick, your joints are stiff, and your balance is off. Skipping this moment, especially as you age, is like hitting the gas on a cold engine. I used to skip it too, until I tripped over my own slippers at 61 and twisted my back. That's when I learned the hard way. If you don't send a message to your body, wake up, we're moving today, it won't show up for you. It's not about stretching, it's about signaling. It tells your brain, your blood, your muscles, we're alive, we're ready, let's go. Science backs this up. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that older adults who practice low-intensity mobility rituals in the morning have better balance, circulation, and even cognitive clarity throughout the day. You don't need equipment. You don't need yoga pants. You just need a few quiet seconds of awareness. Every morning, without fail. And trust me, if you start your day with intention, the rest of the day starts working for you, not against you. Right after I finish my 90-second morning ritual, and before I touch coffee, breakfast, or even the morning news, I drink what I call my golden glass. It's not some $80 powder. It's not a superfood smoothie. It's a simple, warm drink. I've made every morning for over 30 years. Half a lemon, freshly squeezed, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, 1 cup of warm water, not hot, not cold. I stir it with a spoon, sip it slowly, and let it wake up my body from the inside. It's all about immune defense, inflammation control, and digestion. The 3 pillars of long-term vitality. Lemon juice hits your liver with a shot of vitamin C. It boosts white blood cell activity, helps flush out toxins, and kicks off digestion by encouraging bile production. Plus, it balances your pH and supports kidney function, something most people ignore until it's too late. Turmeric, on the other hand, is a natural anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Its active compound, curcumin, has been shown in hundreds of peer-reviewed studies to reduce joint pain, support brain health, and slow the aging process at a cellular level. But here's the catch. Curcumin by itself doesn't absorb well. That's where the black pepper comes in. It contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. No pepper, you're wasting your turmeric. Before I started this ritual, I used to get 2 or 3 sinus infections a year. Every winter, my joints ached, my digestion was sluggish. I took antacids, allergy meds, and had more off days than good ones. 2 weeks after starting this drink, no more bloating, fewer colds, more mental clarity. And I haven't been sick since Bill Clinton was in office. And I know what you're thinking. Come on, it's just lemon water and spices. Exactly. It's so simple. Most people overlook it. But your body doesn't need complicated. It needs consistency. Every morning, my golden glass reminds my body, we're playing offense today, not defense. It costs less than 50 cents to make. It takes less than 3 minutes. And it's worth decades of health. Start tomorrow. Before your coffee, before your email. Just pour, sip, and say to yourself, this is the kind of person I am now. Someone who chooses health on purpose. People ask me all the time, do you still go for your walks at your age? And I tell them, especially at my age. I don't walk for cardio. I don't walk to burn calories. I walk because it's how I reset my body and mind every single day. 15 minutes, no headphones, no smartphone, just fresh air, movement, and breath. It's what I call my anti-inflammatory walk, and I have done it without fail since I turned 63. They think walking is just something you do when you can't jog anymore. But that's like saying drinking water is only for people who can't handle coffee. Walking, intentional, mindful walking, is medicine. When I started walking daily, I noticed something strange. My knees stopped aching. My digestion sped up. My thoughts became clearer. I slept deeper. Even my skin looked better. Turns out, science backs it up. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine showed that just 20 minutes of daily walking reduces markers of inflammation like CRP, C-reactive protein. The Harvard Medical School has linked walking to better memory, improved immune response, and lower risk of cognitive decline in seniors. And Stanford researchers found that walking increases creative thinking by up to 60%. And you know what? They didn't say anything about pace. It wasn't about how fast you walked. It was about whether you showed up for yourself. This isn't exercise. This is restoration. I don't care if it's raining. I grab my jacket. If it's snowing, I lace up my boots because when I skip my walk, I feel it immediately. My back stiffens. My brain slows down. My gut feels heavy. My energy dips. But when I walk, even just around the block, everything wakes up. I breathe deeper. My shoulders loosen. My stride becomes more confident. And my entire system gets the message, "We're not done yet." Want to know my secret weapon while I walk? I smile, not because I feel great, but because smiling activates the vagus nerve, which regulates inflammation, heart rate, digestion, and your stress response. One tiny facial expression, one massive ripple effect. So every morning, I walk, even if I don't feel like it, because by the time I get home, I do feel like it, and that's how you know it works. So tomorrow morning, don't overthink it. Don't wait for motivation. Just grab your shoes, open the door, and tell your body, let's go. Here's a rule I've lived by for over 3 decades. Never skip protein in the morning, ever. Back in my early 60s, I made a big mistake. I thought I was eating healthy. Oatmeal, toast, maybe a banana, low-fat yogurt if I felt fancy. But by 10:30 a.m., I'd be crashing. My energy flatlined. I couldn't focus. And I kept misplacing my glasses, which, yes, were often on my head. I chalked it up to age. But my doctor gave me a wake-up call. He said, "You're not old. You're underfueled." That changed everything. Here's what most people don't realize. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at processing protein. That means we actually need more, not less, to maintain muscle mass, cognitive function, immune response, metabolic stability. According to a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consistently consume 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal have better balance, lower rates of hospitalization, fewer falls, and even longer life expectancy. That's not a fad, that's data. My brain and body breakfast. Here's exactly what I eat most mornings. Simple, powerful, and done in 5 minutes. 1 boiled egg, complete protein, brain fuel, B vitamins. 1 cup of Greek yogurt, packed with calcium, probiotics, and more protein. A handful of walnuts, omega-3s and anti-inflammatory power. 1 cup of blueberries, antioxidants for memory and cell repair. That's over 25 grams of high-quality protein, and more importantly, it lasts. No sugar crashes, no brain fog, just steady, clean energy that keeps me going until lunch without needing snacks or caffeine. And here's what happened when I made this switch. My blood sugar leveled out. My memory got sharper, my digestion improved, and I felt full. in the best way possible. Within 3 weeks, I noticed my mood had lifted, not just because I felt better, but because I wasn't running on empty by 11 a.m. anymore. Some days, I change it up. Variety matters too. Here are a few other breakfasts I rotate in. Cottage cheese with flaxseed and sliced pear, a small portion of grilled chicken on Ezekiel toast, a lentil scramble with avocado when I'm feeling ambitious. But the rule stays the same: no protein, no breakfast. This isn't about building muscle, it's about building resilience. Your brain, your immune system, your bones, they all rely on amino acids to function well. And guess where you get those? Not from toast, not from juice, from protein. So tomorrow, skip the cereal box. Give your body what it really wants, fuel that lasts. You might just feel sharper by lunch than you've felt in years. Here's something I wish I had learned decades ago. Your mind gets tired before your body does, and if you don't tune it, it'll run in the wrong direction all day long. So every morning, before the coffee, before the headlines, before a single word escapes my lips, I sit still for just 3 minutes. I close my eyes and I picture the day I want to have. Not just what I'll do, but how I want to feel. Calm, strong, clear, steady. I don't picture a perfect day. That's not realistic. I picture myself handling whatever the day brings, without panic, without rush, without resentment. This isn't woo-woo nonsense. This is neuroscience. Studies from Harvard Medical School and Dr. Joe Dispenza's research show that when you vividly imagine yourself taking action, staying calm during stress, speaking confidently in meetings, even walking tall, your brain lights up the exact same way it would if you were actually doing it. It's called mental rehearsal, and over time, it rewires the brain. That means your nervous system, your stress response, your focus, your memory, starts defaulting to calm rather than chaos. Why seniors especially need this? Most people don't realize this, but after 60, stress doesn't show up the same way. It's sneakier. You don't always feel anxious. Sometimes it shows up as brain fog, random fatigue, digestive issues, trouble sleeping, memory lapses, or even chronic inflammation. I had a friend, good guy, same age as me. We used to grab breakfast every Tuesday, but he never unplugged. Always had the news on. Always worried about politics, money, the world. He called it staying informed. I called it slow self-destruction. One year he had a stroke. Doctors said it was stress-related, and I wasn't surprised, because stress eats your health from the inside out, not in one moment, but drip by drip. Here's what my mental practice looks like exactly. No candles, no meditation pillows, no chanting. Sit upright in a chair, feet flat, hands resting on my knees. Close my eyes. Breathe slowly. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. Repeat 5 times. Picture my day, hour by hour. Me walking with confidence. Me laughing with the pharmacist. Me solving a small problem without frustration. Me listening to music without distraction. I don't visualize goals. I visualize states of being. How I want to feel inside my skin. Then I whisper a phrase I've said for 20 years. Today, I lead my mind. It doesn't lead me. That's it. 3 minutes. But it changes everything. The ripple effect. Here's what's happened since I made this practice a habit. My blood pressure dropped. My sleep improved. I haven't had a panic spiral in over a decade. I respond instead of reacting, and my relationships, even with my grown kids, are more peaceful. A study out of the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that just 5 minutes a day of mental rehearsal improves immune markers, reduces anxiety, and boosts emotional regulation in adults over 65. Let that sink in. Your immune system listens to your thoughts, so give it something strong to listen to. You don't need to be a monk or a therapist. You don't even need silence. You just need a few minutes and the willingness to steer your brain before it drives itself off course. So tomorrow morning, before the day grabs you, sit, breathe, picture your strength, see your peace, and feel yourself rise. Because if you want a better day, you don't chase it, you rehearse it, and eventually it becomes real. They always say, you are what you eat. But I'll let you in on something more important at 92. You are how you sleep. You see, after 8 p.m., your body isn't just winding down. It's entering the most powerful healing window nature ever created. Sleep isn't rest. Sleep is repair. And what I do in the 60 minutes before bed? That determines how strong I'll feel tomorrow. When I was younger, I treated sleep like an afterthought. I'd watch TV until I nodded off, scroll through late-night news, and eat snacks too close to bedtime. I thought I was just getting older, but what I was really doing was disrupting my body's most important medicine. By the time I turned 65, I knew I had to get intentional. That's when I created what I now call my sleep activation hour. It's the reason I haven't been sick in 30 years, and the reason my mind still feels sharp. 1 hour before bed, I dim every light in the house. This is key. Bright, blue-toned light, especially from phones and TVs, stops melatonin production. That's the hormone that tells your body, hey, time to heal. I use warm light bulbs. I turn on lamps instead of ceiling lights. Instantly, my body gets the signal, slow down, settle in. 2. I stop eating 3 hours before bedtime. Digestion takes a lot of energy. And when your body is digesting food at night, it can't focus on cell repair. I let my gut rest so it can clean out inflammation, reset hormones, and regulate blood sugar. 3. I play 20 minutes of slow instrumental music. No lyrics, no rhythm that gets my brain going. Just soundscapes, rain, piano, ocean, to signal to my nervous system, we're safe now. Music like this lowers cortisol and heart rate. One study from Stanford University showed it can even mimic the effects of meditation. 4. I do 5 minutes of legs up the wall. Yes, really. I lie on my back, slide my legs up a wall, and let the blood drain gently back toward my heart. This reduces swelling in my feet, improves circulation, and helps my lymphatic system flush toxins. It sounds strange, but you'd be amazed how relaxing it feels. 5. Then I journal. Just 2 sentences. What went well today? What am I grateful for? That's it. Why? Because ending the day in gratitude, no matter how small, changes the chemical tone of your brain. It lowers inflammation. It quiets your inner critic. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. Sleep isn't just rest. It's your body's nightly reboot. Here's what science says happens only during deep sleep. Growth hormone surges, even in older adults. The brain clears out amyloid plaques linked to memory loss. Muscles repair micro tears. The immune system produces new killer cells. The gut resets bacteria balance. Inflammation drops, and your heart rate slows enough to heal your cardiovascular system. All of that for free while you sleep, but only if you prepare your body to go deep. That's why my nightly ritual isn't negotiable. It's my sacred hour. And yes, sometimes I miss a step. Life happens. But most nights, I stick to it. And I sleep like I earned it. That's not luck. That's on purpose. And here's the crazy part. I haven't set an alarm clock in over a decade. My body wakes me naturally, rested, alert, and pain-free, because it trusts the rhythm I've built. When you treat sleep like your most important meeting of the day, your body will show up for you. Your brain will show up. Your energy, your heart, your immunity, they all sync. And that's how I've lived this long, this well. People ask me all the time, what's your secret? I tell them, it wasn't a secret. It was 5 small choices, done every day, done on good days and bad days, done even when I didn't feel like it. The wake-up ritual that tells your body, we're alive. The golden glass that tells your cells, we're protected. The healing walk that says, we're still strong. The protein-packed breakfast that fuels focus, not fatigue. The mind practice that starts your day in peace. And the sleep ritual that finishes it with restoration. That's the real fountain of youth. It's not in the genes, it's in the routine. You don't need to do all of this today, but you need to start with one, because it's never too late to become the strongest version of yourself, no matter what age is written on your ID. So go ahead, make your list, pick your habit, and send a message to your body. I'm still here, I still care, and we're not done yet. Thank you for staying with me, and thank yourself for choosing to live fully today.